Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, where today, as you can see, I have an awesome box of goodies here to unbox for you from Kapow Toys. Do want to mention there was supposed to be a Transformers Deluxe class red alert from the Cybertron Siege line, just like a few other of these guys are, in this package, and it's not included, so I don't know if that was because it was out of stock. I haven't had a refund for it from Kapow yet, so I imagine it was just misplaced and wasn't included in the order, but we have some things in here instead anyway, so not much of a big deal, but I will obviously get a red alert at some point to review, so just want to mention that right off the bat. I will be getting one. Majority of this stuff is Transformers, but first up, let's just show a couple of Dragon Ball items. So we have from Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Android 21. So basically, pretty much a kind of, female Majin Buu type character. Looks awesome. So we have a donut accessory in there, a few different hands, and we have 4 different face sculpts. Just looks really, really fantastic. Not sure exactly what other accessories are in there because they're behind this, but I just saw it and knew I wanted it, and there you go. So that is the first item. Next up, we have the Son Goku Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan from the Broly movie. And on the back there, you can see him posed with the Vegeta, which I will be reviewing also soon. I love the way it shines. It's just different to any other Super Saiyan hair. It's got a kind of glittery, kind of metallic effect to it. Looks awesome. And now everything else here are Transformers from the Cybertron Siege line. So first up we have Deluxe Brunt. This is a Decepticon. It is a weaponizer, meaning it's one of the figures, it's an original character whereby you can take apart all of the different limbs and everything and use them all as weapons and armor pieces for your other bots. So you can see him down there with a Refractor using different limbs as weapons and whatnot, and obviously it transforms in its own right. It is a figure in of itself. This weaponizer, not super fond of, but it's still nice to have and obviously nice to review. This is something that was obviously just put in the package without me knowing, so there you go. I'll take it. And then essentially the replacement of Red Alert. Here we have Refractor. So obviously you do need 3 refractors. It's basically, G1 Reflector. If you just get one of these guys, you can transform it into this kind of gun, floaty, Cybertronian thing. It's not really anything. It's a pretty weird mode, to be honest. It kind of looks like some of the modes that, Shockwave gets at times. But obviously the main form for this guy is the camera. So you need to buy 3 of these, and then you get to put them together and make the camera. The robot mode is fantastic, and I really, really do love the look of this guy. It's in the cartoon kind of color scheme. You can get the original toy color scheme by getting a set, which is more expensive than if you were to buy 3 of these guys. It's a little bit more expensive, maybe about the price of paying for 4, maybe. And so you get one kind of purplish one red one grey one, or something like that. And they have a couple of extra accessories that just add to the camera mode just to make it look more like a camera. It just looks more realistic. They're kind of armor pieces when you put them into robot mode. Looks really good. It also comes with a little Crimzeek, which is fantastic to go with the Ghostbusters stuff. It's an absolutely awesome set, but having this guy, and I would much rather have the cartoon accurate versions, a little bit cheaper. Don't really need a Crimzeek, and I probably honestly wouldn't display it in camera mode. That said, the camera does look better, but why would I display a Transformer as a camera when I have a camera in this room at all times? I can literally just pretend that the camera that I'm recording this on is a refractor, so I don't need to do that. So I'll just be displaying them in robot mode, and to be honest, I might just keep that one. But obviously for review purposes, it would be awesome to get the other 2 and make the camera, because then it's a complete kind of review. I'm probably just going to make the video for that guy on his own, because I don't want to wait for a sale or something, to get the other 2 just to build a camera, when I've got a camera that I'm recording on right here that honestly looks like, a reflector or a refractor. So there's not really much point in that. I wouldn't display it in that form. I would just have them in robot mode. And just having one, I'm perfectly happy with that. So it's a bit like Skywarp, in G1. You get Skywarp, and then you have just all the other Seiko grunts. They all look exactly the same. you only really need one. It's kind of the same with that, really. I don't really need 3. I would display them in robot mode, and there you go. So I think I'm just going to keep it as that one. Speaking of Seekers, here we have Thundercracker. His face, the smirk, it is awesome. I love the detail on these siege figures with the silver paint showing that they are battle worn and everything. It is meant to be in the final days of the battle for Cybertron. Now the Skywarp, as I mentioned him, there is an Amazon exclusive, and it comes with a couple of little other bots and stuff like Target Masters. I'm not 100% sure if there is going to be a standard release of Thundercracker where he's just going to come, Skywarp, where he's just going to come on his own. I hope that they do, because that one is obviously a little bit more expensive, and I don't really know about paying that price for that, to be totally honest. I would rather just pay the regular Voyager price, but we'll see. I have no idea. I might pick that Amazon one up. We will see. So here we have the Voyager Springer. Triple changers at its best, and obviously the pretty much OG triple changer. So we have a car and a helicopter, obviously Cybertronian versions of them, but this Springer is epic. And that robot mode, I love the colour of that kind of bluish grey on the legs there, and just the big blocky torso and shoulder pieces, the perfect Springer head sculpt there. I mean, this thing is honestly awesome. I couldn't ask for a better Springer. I do have a G1 Springer. I don't think it's complete with all accessories and stuff, but I do have a G1 Springer. Long story short, didn't get any Transformers Cybertron toys when I was little, so I've always wanted a Cybertron Optimus and Megatron, and Cybertron Megatron is, for some reason, Megabucks over here in the UK. If you're trying to find one, you pretty much can't. Optimus, you have more luck, but it's still a pretty decent price, to be honest, for the figure, which I was pretty surprised at. But I don't need to get one now, because we've got this Optimus, and I really hope that they do that Megatron. That would be insane, but I still probably do want that Megatron, because it's a really good look, and I love the Energon trilogy. I will watch through Cybertron at some point, but yeah, this Prime is amazing. It is obviously, it says the Galaxy Upgrade at the top there. It's just so awesome. It is obviously a leader class Optimus Prime, and yeah, I think this one's called like Galaxy Convoy or something like that on websites and stuff, and it just looks absolutely incredible. But if you flip it around to the back, obviously the original Optimus was just, you know, a regular figure, and then you add on the parts from his kind of trailer there, the weapons and whatnot, and, you know, it gets the wings, the giant cannons and everything, because he kind of went back to the fire truck sort of look, which I really do like for Optimus Prime. But what we have here is a more kind of G1-ish looking Prime. You have the torso that obviously looks like the Cybertron torso, but the legs and the arms and the head, we have a very G1 vibe for this guy. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, he's dual-wielding some weapons right there. And then obviously you add the armor to him, and he looks exactly the way he does when he has the armor in Transformers Cybertron. So I love this figure. I really do love this figure. When they did the Armada Megatron repaint of that Generations or Titan's Return or whatever that was, Combiner Wars, I can't remember what it was, but that Megatron, the Megatron was good, and then the Armada version, okay, they just made it green and stuck the Armada head on. It wasn't really all that amazing, and it doesn't actually look anything like the Armada Megatron besides the head. But this thing, they really did go all out. They made it a leader class, so they made it a good size. I'm not sure exactly what it's like in relation to the other Prime size, but I'm willing to bet it's pretty close. I think I have seen comparison videos, and I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it is pretty close, to be totally honest with you. You're getting a completely different Prime underneath that armor. You're getting a very G1-esque Prime. That is really awesome, and I have to say, so that really does appeal to, obviously, collectors, and anyone that does have the original Cybertron toy isn't going to be too pissed off that, oh, right, there's just another Optimus Prime, that's just another thing that I've already got, because it's different, so I really do like that. But now we're on to the big guy himself, the thing that this was delayed for, and according to Kapow, it was because they needed to put a European sticker on the box or something like that. Yeah, so I'm guessing this sticker on the bottom here, just with some, you know, whatever warnings or trademarks or the barcode or whatever. I'm pretty sure that is what it is. So that's not Kapow, by the way. That's Hasbro that needed to put the sticker on there, not Kapow. But yeah, we have the leader class Jetfire. So yeah, it's in the same class as Optimus Prime. Obviously, price is higher, scale is higher and everything, but I just love the fact that they didn't even give it its own name. Like, I would have loved it if they went back to I think it was Ultra Class, is what Tidal Wave might have been back in the Armada days. I think it was Ultra Class, or maybe that might have been Titan Class or something, but obviously they can't use Titan Class. But yeah, this thing is huge, and flipping around to the back, obviously there's really nice artwork on this thing. Flipping around to the back, look at that for a perfect G1 Jetfire. Literally perfect. And, you know, besides third-party figures, there have not been G1 perfect Jetfires, because G1 Jetfire, obviously, you know, a completely different toy, look nothing like the anime and everything. That toy is amazing in its own right, and obviously they've gone for that sort of a look with many toys since. There was the Universe version, which had the helmet that you could put over, which made it look like the original toy. And then you've also got the Generations version, the more recent one, which I'm pointing even though you can't see it, but it's up there on the shelf. I will be comparing this with that when I do the review. That was a more sleek, modern, awesome look for Jetfire, which is what they were going for with the Generations line as a whole. And then in robot mode, looks like the G1 Jetfire, and that was really, really great. But, you know, it's still not perfect in both modes. And this really is perfect in both modes for an awesome G1 Jetfire, or should I say Skyfire if we're talking about G1. And then over here you have the chest plate, and then you can put these tips on the wings. You have the blasters that you can connect to the arms, and obviously the helmet. Therefore, you know, giving it a bit more of that classic toy look, so you can choose between your two looks, which you had with that Generations one and with the Universe one as well. So I absolutely love Jetfire figures in general, but this thing is just incredible. The Generations one was a really good size leader. It was one of the first figures for a long time where they've actually, you know, really started to scale things up. But then this guy just takes the cake. I mean, this thing is just incredible, and I cannot wait to get this reviewed. This is definitely my favourite thing from the order. Skyfire, Jetfire, Autobot Decepticon, whatever you want to call him, whatever you want to use him as, this is the perfect G1 version. It's going to be like half the price of, you know, most other third-party awesome versions out there, which I know there are quite a few that have come out over the past few years, so there's lots of choice. But this thing is definitely the new go-to. Just a quick side note as well. Obviously, after January of 2020, so in the next 3 months, there's going to be new guidelines coming out on YouTube. Everyone's uncertain as to what is going to happen. Basically, YouTube or Google was fined a lot of money because of, I guess, not protecting kids' content as well as they could have. And so they're kind of scrutinizing it a lot. They're obviously bringing out the whole YouTube Kids thing, but then anything on the regular YouTube site that is deemed either made for kids or involves minors will be, you know, demonetized and not shared as much, and will have restrictions, i.e. you can't comment on them or like and dislike and stuff like that. So you can they can still obviously get viewed, but you can't interact with them. And less interaction and less advertisement means that YouTube is suggesting it less, which means then you're obviously not reaching as many people, therefore not reaching or affecting as many kids in the process. Basically, it's just to keep kids safe. Hopefully just doing things like, you know, appealing anything if it comes up, or maybe setting videos to being age restricted to 18 plus, which basically means anyone with a YouTube account. Hopefully those things will help, but a lot of us toy reviewers will be affected, even though our videos are targeted towards like 20 to 40 year olds, which is what all of our analytics show. This is obviously not entertaining for kids. We don't do it for kids. But some kids are obviously going to still watch the videos, and anything with toys related to them is kind of in that category, even though a lot of the stuff that we do is collectibles, and we don't view them as toys to play with, we view them as things to collect and display. It is what it is. So basically, I'm going to be uploading as much as I possibly can over the next 3 months. Whether it's a slow rollout of this new stuff or if it's hits us all hard, I hope that, you know, we can grow the channel within that time, along with other toy reviewers out there. And as a community, we can get bigger and then help each other through the following months to come. Don't know what's going to happen. Might affect my views a little bit, but hopefully if we grow the channel in the next 3 months and really, really, you know, just go for it and shoot for the stars, hopefully my channel will be bigger than it was and doing better than it ever has anyway. So even with some restrictions, not being able to comment on some videos, because obviously not every video will be hit. It's not like a blanket over your channel. It's just the algorithm with the videos when they show up. Just like swearing in videos and just like this, that, and the other. So basically, I'm all for it, for protecting kids and everything and protecting minors. But obviously these videos, you know, it shouldn't fall under that category, but it might do. And hopefully if it does, then it won't eventually, because they'll tighten the algorithm and they'll work things through and whatnot. But whatever happens, I will continue making videos, and that's pretty much it for the channel update. So yeah, expect a hell of a lot of reviews. I'm pretty much going to try and get every single thing that I have to review done before the end of the year, which means on average I might be uploading 2 to 3 videos daily. That means obviously some days I might not upload, some days I might be uploading like an entire wave of Marvel Legends, just like 8 videos, boom, one day. We'll see how things go, we'll see how much I can keep up with. Like I say, I do have a full-time job as well, so we'll see. I want to grow the channel as much as I possibly can, and I want to help other channels, and I hope that you guys can help them and me as well to grow and then work through, obviously, possibly the hard times of early 2020. But yeah, so that's pretty much it from me, guys. Before I go, check out this awesome Pokemon/Beatles shirt. How awesome is that? The starters. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. Obviously, if you want to see the reviews for this stuff, stay tuned to the channel. Watch the videos that are on screen right now, and check out the links to my social media in the description below. Stay subscribed for more. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.